I'm Angie Smith.
And I'm Deborah Dale.
And we're partners in Smith & Dale.
We provide fundraising and organizational support for nonprofits.
Having done fundraising for over 30 years combined, we've made a lot of mistakes in our early careers and have come to find that a lot of people just like us started in the business and don't necessarily have the skill set that they need.
In our practice, both as professional staff and as consultants now, we find that nonprofits that are most effective in delivering their missions and bettering the community are the ones that are the most effective in raising money.
This is my twin sister, Carrie. She was murdered in 2011. Homicide Survivors was there to support our family.
My mom died of breast cancer with the loving support of Casa de la Luz Hospice. This is my cat, Stan Getz. He used to live at the Southern Arizona Humane Society.
And this is our Skittles. She hails from the Santa Fe Humane Society. I had my daughter Quincy at the University Medical Center, and my stepfather is a master gardener.
My dad served with Doctors Without Borders, and I had a successful brain surgery at Tucson Medical Center. What do all these things have in common? Every one of them is a nonprofit. Everyone here tonight has had your life impacted by nonprofits more than you know. And what's the problem that all nonprofits have in common? They all have to fundraise. How many of you here just love asking people for money? All right, yes, there's always two. Nonprofits protect our communities, and when nonprofits don't raise money, they fail. And when nonprofits fail, kids go hungry, people get sicker, and animals die.
While at the same time, there's very little professional, formal education for fundraisers. So what this means is there are a lot of ineffective and ill-equipped people out there charged with big, important missions. And I can tell you that as a fundraiser, it's incredibly depressing knowing that you aren't raising the money to serve the folks that you need to. We have identified a major gap in the market. Small nonprofits that can't afford fundraisers or professional consultants. And it's not a small problem. If you combined the global nonprofit sector and made it into a country, it would have the 16th largest economy in the world. It is $887 billion industry in the United States. That's 5.3% of the gross domestic product. By comparison, the automotive industry is 3.5% of the GDP. It employs 11.4 million people in the United States. So over 10% of the US workforce is employed in the nonprofit sector.
We formed Smith & Dale in 2011, and we help nonprofits raise money. Angie and I have almost 50 years combined experience, and we have helped hundreds of nonprofits raise tens of millions of dollars. But the vast majority of nonprofits can't afford consultants like us, yet they still have valid missions and could be raising money. We have found the perfect solution. What if you were that passionate, dedicated, yet inexperienced fundraiser without the resources you needed to make your job work? Our fundraising toolkits are that solution. We cover a range of things that nonprofits need, every area they need to be successful in fundraising. The toolkits include a customizable template, a series of customizable templates with recorded instruction about how and why to use each one. Additional purchases include recorded trainings on best practices and call-in tech support with a consultant. For example, raising individual major gifts from donors is a multi-step formulaic process. Our toolkits essentially train the trainer so they can educate and motivate their teams and actually raise the money.
So there's a vast opportunity globally. There are 10 million nonprofits in existence or forming, but we're going to focus on the United States. We have 1.5 million nonprofits in the US. 75% of those have budgets under $500,000. We will obtain 1.8% of that market, so 22,500 customers. With 22,500 customers and an annual spend of about $1,000 a year, you have annual revenues of $22.5 million. So what's our unfair market advantage? We as consultants see imperfect market solutions every single day. There are bits and pieces offered, but there's nothing that's really comprehensive, affordable, and immediately usable. This toolkit is a perfect solution. It's highly specialized documents that are proven to be successful. And we actually use them every single day with our current clients.
Those companies that do offer pieces of what we're launching seem to either focus too narrowly, only on boards of directors, for example, or far too broadly, trying to offer all things to all people. They're all clunky, hard to navigate, and send users down rabbit holes of websites, articles, and other less useful things. Our go-to-market strategy, our year one launch will be a soft launch where we create product packaging and validate our pricing. We're going to launch our first 3 toolkits, which we know from experience will be the most in demand. We're going to work with those we already know, many of whom have already reached out to us but can't afford one-on-one consultative services. With these friendlies, we're going to hone our products and validate our pricing. In years 2 and 3, we will launch 6 more toolkits. We will build and perfect our software platform, and we will expand our target markets through conferences, online, and other strategies. Our team, in addition to Angie and me, includes a marketing strategist with expertise in startups and an intellectual property attorney. We've done in-depth interviews, and we know based on our business history, there are hundreds of nonprofits that we could not previously serve. In fact, 90% of the unsolicited calls that come to us cannot afford consultants like us. Through test marketing online, we've gotten a higher than average response rate and click-through rate to the information we're providing, so we know that this information is needed on the market. And everywhere we go, people ask us for free advice and discounted services. And I kid you not, this evening here tonight, it happened to me 4 times. You know who you are. We will be in touch. As a matter of fact, this is exactly why LegalZoom started. 2 attorneys who recognized a huge gap between what people needed and what they could afford. And LegalZoom is doing amazingly well. They have about $100 million in annual revenues, offering templates and tech support, just like our model.
So the impact of the $22.5 million in annual revenues, we estimate the return on the investment of that initial $1,000 investment to be at least 10 times that. So conservatively, that's $225 million pumped back into our communities. And because we love Tucson, 50 to 75 new jobs in marketing, sales, software development, and tech support. So the next time you take a visitor to the Desert Museum, or you adopt and give a forever home to a pet, or even listen to a fantastic symphony orchestra, remember that a nonprofit is responsible for that. And their fundraising, or lack thereof, impacts each of us.
We all want a more vibrant community, and we bet that everyone in this audience either is someone or knows someone who is working toward that end as a volunteer or staff member, but is struggling. Please have them contact us, because now we can help everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.